What's cracking, guys? Welcome back to Conarium. Right, let's carry on, shall we, into other rooms. See what else we can find. Right, we do have a handle to open one of the things that we had. Oh, wrong way. Numpty. There's another place. They're just gloves. It's fine. They're just gloves. They're not hands. That would have been awfully weird. And very creepy. I am inclined more towards the notion that our nocturnal visions are not just faint and fantastic reflections of our waking experiences. Every time I pass into the state of dormancy, somehow I can explore while I am dreaming the vistas of grandeur, an alien prospect in unnatural disposition, so vividly expressing the outer extent of this world I have yet to discover. If only I was endowed with the artistic skills to describe my visions. All I know is that this became evident after the Conarium sessions I had started. Even though I am not one of the participants, I am somehow affected. I feel I am absorbed while in an unconscious state, into the oblivion, crossing the line between the wall of sleep. L. Ferguson. Okay, so it's extending outside of what's being tested on the people. So it's affecting other crew members, basically. Nice. Get on. There's nothing really much in these places. Book which can't read. Keys. Those are our keys. Why? No, they're not our keys, are they? They're DeWitt's. Which means we should now be able to get into DeWitt's room. Wrong way.
It's locked.
Right, that one's locked.
Locked.
That one's locked. Anything special? No, more pills and tablets. Right. James Barlow. Faust. Frank Gilman.
Did I lock my door? I don't remember where my keys are.
M. Blake? Where? Crew rooms? Wait, where's DeWitt's room then? Or is that the locker? Might be the locker. Jonathan DeWitt. There we go. Found a note about a mental problem. I've noticed a very curious and dangerous development in the psychological condition of the whole crew that compels me to record this note as an initial diagnosis report. The problem is especially intense for three subjects, Dr. Barlow, Dr. Anderson, and Frank Gilman, whom I have been inspecting closely since the onset of their psychological degradation. During the past 2 nights, the aforementioned subjects awoke, screaming in their beds, thus affecting and demoralizing all the crew members. When I spoke to them personally, I noticed some serious deviations in their behavior patterns. As time progressed, I noted deep changes in their mental conditions. When really pushed, they clearly started to behave like someone else, which led me to believe I was facing some sort of multiple personality disorder, but it is too early to draw any conclusions. Other subjects are not too far a cry from their normal personalities, but the difference is, of course, obvious. The condition is getting worse day by day, and a serious medical examination is needed to be carried out on everybody displaying such symptoms. I informed Dr. Faust and warned him about the consequences. He looked worried, but nevertheless hasn't mentioned it to me since. With the weather conditions we have been having lately, it seems extremely unlikely that we should receive professional help from the outside world, or we'll be able to send anybody away for a thorough medical examination, which is the only sane thing to do under these circumstances. Okay, so our dude is...
His coat is just right here. Where is he now?
basically going nuts. which is what it sounds like. Or at least the experiments are having a more profound... Did I click that? No. The experiment sounds like... Yeah, it sounds like the experiments are having a more profound effect on us than it is on the other crew members. Because, well, 3 of us are not having such a good time. So, I don't know, maybe we're more receptive to things, which has led to... I don't know. Which has led to us being affected more, if that makes any form of sense whatsoever. Alright, we do now have a handle. Kitty? Oh, Kitty's still here. Hi, Kitty! Still having a good time. That is the plant. Hey now, careful. Oh, great. It's either A, poisoning us, or we're now going to hallucinate like fuck. Kitty. What the hell? Kitty? Kitty, what is happening? What? Okay. Okay. That's that. See? I knew there was something up with that damn cat. Whoa. That is... I don't think we can go that way. It's growing. That is not good. What the... What in the hell was that about? Don't know. Oh, it's a little bit framey here.
Who is this? It's impossible to determine with so much decomposition.
A key. I found a key. And some writing. An anonymous note. We have finally finished excavating the monolith that was silently waiting for a soul to see it again. Situated within the circular building we reached with the link elevator, that magnificent piece of carving was buried... Oh god, I'm spitting everywhere. Was buried halfway down under a mountain of debris, and most probably could have been written in the earliest pages of history. I cannot describe exactly my feelings for the first time, when I stood aghast, contemplating the gigantic stonework inside those time-worn halls of silence. Only God knows how many ages have passed since its initial carving. Just thinking about it, its age sends shivers down my spine. Which civilization could have constructed such grandeur? Now waving a forlorn goodbye without giving away secrets of its masters. Furthermore, even though most of them are damaged beyond repair, we spotted some symbols resembling the rock art of the Sahara Desert in southeast Algeria. We don't have any strong evidence to suggest anything, but Cornell Blake clings mostly to the continental drift theory. In any case, we don't have enough data on its age, but it's evident that history needs to be rewritten yet again. Ooh. Okay. What the hell is you? You are a plant of some sort. So it sounds like deep down in the bowels of this place is a very not nice thing. Okay, is this the key for the biolab? It is indeed. It's just a plant. Why are you going all funky? Oh, hello.
I believe no more can we harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone. I think you should retire to your room. I am going to think a bit more.
Yeah, okay. Can we move? We can move. Nova. Et integra vivensi orbis descriptio. No clue. That's the picture of the plant again. Agartha. Antarctica, the southernmost continent and site of the South Pole. It is a virtually uninhabited, ice-covered landmass. Most cruisers to the continent visit the Antarctic Peninsula, which stretches towards South America. It is known for the Lemari Channel and Paradise Harbour, striking iceberg flanked passageways, and Port Lockroy, a former British research station turned museum. The peninsula's isolated terrain also shelters rich wildlife, including many penguins. The rest of the text is illegible. Agartha, some markings on the Antarctic map. Oh, was there anything on the back or no? Okay. That looks like a map of some sort of South America? Yeah, I can't really rotate it left and right. Okay. Anything in here? Do I have my... No, I don't have my flashlight. Nice fire. The weird-ass painting of someone holding a child. Skulls, because that's always nice. Pot full of something. Great. Why do you have skulls in your... I cannot see a goddamn thing. Now I can. What happens to this place? Can't see out the windows. Get off. Can't open the drawers. A picture of a dead or asleep woman with some things sat on top of her. Grandfather clock. Some dude biting some other dude. Guessing vampires, maybe. Dude, this place is in disrepair. Like, fix it up. A hazard.
Locked.
It's a normal painting. Not so much a normal painting. Yeah, she's dead and it's not the same woman. No, but now there's a creepy horse.
It's locked. Locked.
Looks as well. There's a ship.
Locked.
I can hear sounds.
It's locked.
Something doesn't sound good. What the fuck? Hello? Hello? I've been enveloped by green goo. And we're back again. A journal has been updated. Okay, fortunately one of the researchers seen the landing was found dead in the biolab last Tuesday. Cause of death is currently uncertain, but judging by the accumulation of massive green substance... Oh, that was what was on the thingy. First Conarium event and brief visit to the past. I am at a complete loss for words. Simple remarks are inefficient to express my feelings right now. Was it a premonition or a vision? How shall I interpret all of this? I don't know exactly. Suddenly I found myself drifting into a familiar room, a room that was long buried in my graveyard of memories, inscribed on epitaphs of things long past. Older city ruins, Cyclopean City, Mountain of Madness. I really do not like the sound of that. The Mountain of Madness. I mean, nice name, but seriously. Oh, hey! Somewhat humanoid in form, these sculptures initially reminded us of the terracotta army sculptures carved as a funerary art, buried within the first emperor of China to protect him in the afterlife. But judging by the writings on some of the bas-reliefs, now we believe that these wooden puppets, or golems, were used to carry out some tasks for their masters, just like the Egyptian Ushabtu? Probably. I don't know. Funerary figurines, which are the servants of the owner in the hereafter. We saw the golems in several sizes, and it was terrifying to see the huge ones, sitting in silence on the carved and polished rock stools as if waiting for a command. Nice. Looks nice though, I have to say. That, not so much. There are a lot of gateways leading to the dark and damp corridors that were mostly carved in ages past. Some of them were covered by strange ivy-like plants swaying back and forth despite there being no external force to move them. They seemed to come from the levels below, creeping through crevices in the rock walls to stop probable superstitions gossip among the crew. Dr. Barlow and our botany expert personally started to examine them. Other way. The first submarine explorations revealed what was lying in the underwater caves. The most striking feature were the structures with openings in them, like doors and windows. They made us wonder whether those caverns had been carved underwater, or if they had been submerged at a later date and thus had become redundant to those who've carved them. There's a possibility. Trophy item! Woohoo! Yay! Oh, handle! There we go. Found a lever. Or a lever. However you want to pronounce it. We've seen that before, haven't we? Is that the... Why is the UK in the middle of the South Pole? Can you see that? That right there, in the middle of the South Pole, is the UK. Yeah, because that's Scotland, Wales, Cornwall and Devon, South London, and Ireland next to it. Though I don't know. I do not know. South Orkneys, South Shetlands. The Shetland Islands are... Where are the Shetlands? Shetlands, I think, are in Scotland. It's a very, 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 very windy place. Unless they're using that as sort of a like a size guide sort of thing to say, hey, this is how big the UK is. So the South Pole compared to the UK, this is how big it is. That would be my guess. An uneducated guess at that. Pronunciation of the Zeises. Okay. Anything here? Devache, the legendary drink of the oldest myths. I heard about the elusive mixture decades ago when I was writing my thesis on Salvia divinorum, also known as the Sage of Diviners, an entheogenic plant used mostly in religious or shamanic ceremonies. For centuries, no one could gather any information about it other than its legendary mystical psychoactive properties. In some sources, it was the drink of the gods, while in others, a key for opening gates to places that lie beyond the conventional human senses. The sole bridge to be passed in order to leave the bodily restrictions of the flesh. Most scholars would even kill for hints about one of its lost ingredients. That's something I was on the lookout for throughout my career. A new formula is forming in my mind. I feel like there is a chance for me to produce, if not the original, then a variant of the legendary mixture. Dishar, with the new clues I've uncovered during my work here. Actually, the month it was signed when assaulted against a particular building. Yeah. I was making sure I've not missed any notes. Okay, cool. Right, we do now have the handle for the door. Sorry, for the link elevator. Sorry, itchy nose. Alright. So there is certainly something below.
It's stuck.
That is not very nice. And we've got to go down there. Great.
Right. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm trying. Searching is the only way.
I will, random voice on the radio.
Hey! Hey, can you hear me? Damn it! Who was he?
The latest conversation has been added to your journal. I don't know, he could have been anyone, really. Close the door. At the handle. What is up? Tower. Let's go to the tower first. Yeah, I wanna head to the tower first before we actually go downwards. Because I'm not really looking forward to going downwards, I will say that. Okay. Not exactly the tower that I was thinking of. Or expecting. I was thinking, I don't know, more of a radio tower? Not so much a really creepy tower. Hi. Who are you? What are you?
This is amazing. Most of the ground level structures have been crumbled and rounded from untold eons of savage storms, and thus weathered into shapeless ruins. However, both the ground level and the cavern systems below are clearly displayed in these bas-reliefs. The most striking features depicted in this grand panorama, I believe, are the tall, occasional towering spires, which somehow resemble a lighthouse. They all seem like focusing a light beam towards a colossal structure in the center. Could there be some sort of religious meaning behind this? Or simply something that has a more practical use? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, dude. Oh. There's a mural. That's supposed to be Egypt? No, because there's nothing really in Egypt that looks like that. Well, I mean, except for the pyramid, but that's about it. Everything else, not so much. This looks like what? This is like an underground section. So, multiple places with light sources come into the middle. And then this thing. What in the world are you? You're a ball of light that's shining out.
So this is the strong light that can be seen from ground level.
Won't go any further than that. Anything to do with these? So which one is... So which one is this one then? It looks to be... Turn my light on. Yeah, because there's a source coming from there. Possibly this? But then again, if this is on another planet and on another world, might not be this. But who knows? What is this? Found an ornamental metallic object. Could I stick it in something? Unless it's for... It might be for downstairs. In the cavern. Right, let's go and check out the cavern then. Whee! I guess it'll go to the floor below first, and then we have to go even deeper. Yeah, not this one. Next floor. Ooh. I hope you're all following along what's going off. I'm sort of following along. But I'm also quite dumb, so... Not exactly easy. An axe? Camping axe. There is some strange vegetation filling most of the hallways. As amazingly as it is deadly, there is a hidden world right beneath the occult base. And even though I was prepared to find such a place, it was sorry, I can't read. It was way different than imagining alone. We tried to cut our way through, but the plant reacted with a highly poisonous gas seemingly coming from its glowing buds. I issued a warning to stop anyone going near any of the plants they came across in any of those caverns. I also noticed a strange phenomenon after I spent some time examining a sample from the plant. It occurred to me that individual vines grow and shrink in length on demand. It also seems as though it can move, even though there are no air currents, and this movement seems too regular to be caused by natural factors. This may sound strange, but I have the notion that it is conscious, at least on some level. Great! Great, so we've got a plant that could attack us. Bandabidoze. Bandabidoze. Anyway, guys, unfortunately, that is the end of the episode. Damn. Yeah, I'm trying to follow along and follow the story and everything, but it's... My mind is not so good at taking in information and then putting it all together and being like, oh, well, maybe this, and maybe this, and maybe this, and... Yeah, so I apologise. So hopefully you understand this more than I do. Oh, God. But anyway, guys, thank you all so very much for watching this episode, and I shall see you all next time as ever. Bye-bye.